Obina! Obina, are you sleeping? Wake up and see what your brothers are doing! They said I'm the murderer. Your mother told me to leave my children and go back to my father's empty-handed. She said I am just a tenant here. Obina, if you are really a man, don't let me suffer like this. If you can...
Before her husband died, life was like a beautiful dream. Nneka was 28 years old, a woman whose beauty made people stop and look twice. She and Obinna lived in a big, modern house in the city. They had 3 beautiful children. Chidi was 8, Somi was 7, and Toby was 6. Their home was always full of laughter. Obinna was a good man who loved his wife. He provided everything. Nneka didn't have to struggle for anything. She spent her days taking care of the children and supporting Obinna's dreams. On the morning of the accident, the sun was bright. Obinna was dressed in a sharp blue suit, eating breakfast while the children played around his legs. "Nneka, my love," Obinna said, smiling as he took a sip of tea. "I have a big meeting today. If it goes well, we are taking the kids on a vacation." "Just come back safely," Nneka replied as she straightened his tie. "That is the only vacation I need." Obinna kissed her forehead, promised to be back by 5 p.m., and drove out of the gate. A few hours later, Nneka was in the living room helping Somi with her homework. Her phone rang. It was an unknown number.
Hello, is this the wife of Mr. Obinna?
Yes, this is his wife. Who is this?
Adam, there has been an accident. A very bad one on the expressway. You need to come to the general hospital now.
Nneka's hand went weak. The phone slid from her fingers and hit the floor with a loud crack. She didn't scream yet. She just sat there staring at the wall while her children called her name.
Mommy, look! Mommy, please! Mommy, wake up!
Then, a long sharp wail broke from her throat. She collapsed on the rug, pulling at her hair. Obinna was gone. In the village, the atmosphere was not one of comfort. It was one of judgment. Nneka was forced to sit on a low wooden stool in the middle of the compound. 3 elderly women surrounded her. One of them held a sharp, cold razor blade. "Keep your head still, Nneka," the first woman said roughly. "This is the tradition. A wife must be clean so her husband's soul can pass." As the long, beautiful hair Nneka had taken care of fell into the dirt, the women whispered. "Look at how she is crying," the second woman whispered to the third. People who cried this